Hi, my name is Angela Tucker and I'm the Disability Support Services Coordinator here at SPU. The DSS office is part of the Center for Learning located in Lower Moyer next to Alexander Hall. The Center for Learning also houses the Writing Center, study tables, tutoring, and students can work with my colleagues for individualized study strategies and learning consultations. Every university is required by law to meet the needs of students by providing reasonable accommodations to those with documented disabilities. We meet with students and work together with them to determine what type of accommodation would work best for that individual within their classroom or housing here at SPU. DSS works with students with a range of disabilities, including medical disabilities such as cystic fibrosis, fibromyalgia, or diabetes, psychological disabilities, for example, depression, bipolar, OCD, anxiety, learning disabilities like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or dyslexia, as well as temporary disorders such as a concussion, broken leg, or sprained wrist. One of the most common accommodations DSS approves for students is allowing for extended time on exams. Other accommodations DSS provides, when necessary, is closed captioning, audio textbooks, interpreters, amongst other things.
It's possible for us to visit him if you do not. You are over-scrupulous. Surely. I dare say Mr. Bingley will be very glad to see you.
At the beginning of the quarter, if there is a student in your class who is registered with DSS, you'll receive an email from me with an attachment that looks like this. This letter will give you all the information you need in order to satisfy your end of the required accommodation for that specific student. You'll see that it is addressed specifically to you about the student that is enrolled in your course. The letter will alert you of their accommodations. In this case, the student receives 50% more time on his exam and can take the tests in a quiet, controlled environment. Per FERPA and confidentiality, I would not disclose the student's specific disability to you. However, I do encourage all students to approach their faculty to at least introduce themselves and to arrange a time to discuss the accommodation in person. It is at this time when some students might volunteer more of their personal information, but this is their choice. If you have a student who has been approved for 50% more time on exams, they would bring you this form at least 3 days prior to the date of the test. It is their responsibility to get the form to you. The top portion will already be filled out by my office staff. Your responsibility falls within the shaded gray area. The DSS office staff will follow any and all directions that you write within this box, including any directions for the test, any corrections that might need to have been made, and how you'd like it to be delivered back to you once they've completed the test. Once you've filled out the form, you'll return this to the disability office along with the exam itself. You can choose to scan and email the form back with the test, drop it in intercampus mail, or walk it over in person. It is very important for information and materials delivered online to be usable by a wide range of individuals. Online services and information, including sites used in class, must be accessible to people with disabilities. A website should be operable using just the keyboard. A keyboard accessible drop-down menu can be navigated not just with the tab key, but with the full keyboard model, including tab, the arrow keys, and escape. Accessible websites will use large font, and there should be a high contrast between the text and the background. For more information, check out the DSS website, as I've put a list of frequently asked questions there. Also, feel free to contact me at any time throughout the year with questions about accommodations for students or simply to discuss accessibility in your classroom. Feel free to stop by to say hello or to ask me a question anytime in my office here in Lower Moyer.